Hey, old soul. Just over a year ago, I sold everything I owned and moved to the land of Bali with my ex husband and 3 kids. Now I live my dream life, traveling first class around the world, teaching others how to do the same. If you are ready for a life that is so abundant and free, where money flows like air so effortlessly that you don't even care because you are simply focusing on you and allowing everything to be true, then you are exactly where you need to be. Let me teach you how to be wildly abundant and insanely free.
That song. I'm like, I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about me now. Oh, and all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that leave us there are definitely blinding, my dear. They are blinding. But guess what? Your path is clear because the dark feminine energy is here. She is a queen. She is not here to live anything less than being seen in her beauty, in her essence, in her full truth and embodiment. It is a journey to get here. It is a journey to be able to really embody the healthy dark feminine energy because we all have this dark feminine energy within us. We have the light feminine, which is I'm such a nice little good girl. And then they've got the dark feminine. It's really like, I love to explain it like Snow White energy. And then there's Maleficent energy. It's like the very naive little girl, and then we have Maleficent energy. And every single person is going to probably embody one heavier than the other. You can switch out of them, you can play with them, you can really use them all in one sentence if you absolutely desire. But the dark feminine energy is the energy where it's so heavily rooted in these are my boundaries, these are my values. This is how I look at the world. These are my beliefs. Do not fuck with me. If you are going to make me question my morals, my integrity, you're going to cross my boundary, you can fuck off. And it's not coming from this wounded, weak place of, oh my God, get out of my life. It's like, no, like I am a queen. It is pure truth, queen energy. And this isn't like us being disobedient because we've been so conditioned to be good girls. If you don't do that, you're not a good girl. And it's like, fuck off. You get to say they don't get to be in your life. You get to say, I don't like the way you did that. Don't do it again, or you won't get a place in my life. This is where you own your power. This is where you really truly, and the thing that's coming through right now is like the cougar energy, which is very tied to the Kundalini energy, which is what I channel, which is what I work with. And I can tell you right now, since working with this frequency, oh my gosh, my boundaries have tightened. I have really become the embodiment of this woman that is like, I know how hard I've worked on myself. I have seen the wounded girl that used to get drunk all the time, that didn't have a regulated nervous system, that absolutely hated her life, into this strong, potent woman that gets to bed early on time, that looks after her health like an insane priority, that only pours energy into the things that she loves doing, that really makes every single person that comes into her presence. Like I am like such a potent, powerful person to have in your life. If you get to have me in your life, it is an honor. And so I don't let anybody come into my life or interact with people that are not vibrating in a very, very high level. If you're not building a multi-million billion dollar empire, you don't get to have access to me. Obviously, I have family and friends that have been in my life a long time, but this stage of the journey, I'm not going to be allowing those people into my life because I have strong boundaries, unless my soul's like, there's a lesson that needs to be learned here, or this or that. And obviously, we have to be mindful that sometimes the ego can override because we're like, well, if you don't fit this criteria, but it is a human journey and we are living out the human experience, and you get to really be present and embodied with this identity and the way that you want to move through life. If you move through life always on a soul level and you're just like, yes, like wishy-washy here and there, you don't fully get to embody these human elements. And that's really what this is. It's like it's the element of in the human experience. It's like every single vessel in this human experience has the divine masculine, has the divine feminine, because it's the law of gender. It's how everything operates in nature, in the animal kingdom. It is really, really important because that's what this earth is about. It's about duality. It's about the human experience. It's our ability to be able to tune into and embody different experiences, to embody different energy. So having the dark feminine energy is really, really potent. It actually magnetizes a lot because you are, I like to look at it like a gatekeeper to protect your energy, because when you have this dark feminine energy and you're embodied in it, what you're actually doing is you're containing your energy. So when there's times where I'm going through massive up levels, I'm actually going to find myself more in this dark feminine energy because I know that I've got to contain my energy for the next level, for this new timeline that's coming in. And when I'm sitting in this dark feminine energy more so than normal, I'm not giving a lot of energy away because I'm very much like, yep, gotta go now. Cool, thank you. Like, it can almost be a bit triggering to a lot of people because they might, if they're in the wounded feminine energy, they might go, oh my gosh, Eva wasn't very nice to me when I wasn't trying to be rude. I was just containing my energy, and I'm like, gotta go. This doesn't feel soul aligned. And I don't want to be fake or inauthentic because I'm speaking to people that are like sucking my energy because they're not on the same frequency as me. And sometimes, like, I go to a wellness club, so there's a lot of people at this wellness club, and there's some people that may be a little bit like moths to a flame, and doesn't always happen, but it can happen. And I'm just like, cool, like, at a point, if there's any point in any conversation where I can feel like my energy, my precious life force energy is being sucked more than it's being expanded, I'm going to leave that conversation straight away because I'm not available for that. And so this dark feminine energy really is about you holding the container, holding the parameters, holding this next level. So when you're stepping into a whole new up level, maybe you've like literally 100x your prices, you're stepping into a whole new arena with new clients, with new life, maybe you're moving country, you're going on this like massive quantum leap. You need to make sure that you're containing this energy. You're containing it. You're like, just get the fuck out of my way. If you're not going to add to my field, my frequency, out you go. Bye bye, Felicia, because I'm here to do the work. I'm here to be clean. I'm here to have strong boundaries. And how I like to see this energy can really beautifully dance with the snow, call it Snow White energy. With like the Snow White energy can be like, you're being really, really, really nice. You're being nice as pie. You're just like, yes, I love this. This is so fun. I am a little girl at heart, yada, yada, yada. And then someone crosses your boundary and psh, off with their heads. The sword comes out. Now, it doesn't have to be so aggressive, but it really is about you being able to know what's for you and know what's not for you. The second I feel like something is not aligned, and I've had this happen a lot over the last couple of months, spirit, soul, universe, God, whatever you like to call it. For me personally, I connect to the source, the energy that I call God. I feel that God has guided me very, very strongly over the last couple of months around this person needs to go. And I'm very, very tapped in. Like, I'm very, very psychic. I know you are as well, whether you've tapped into those abilities or not just yet. I can see, I'm like, this person is not, like, I don't feel like this person can be in my life anymore. And then all of a sudden the story may come in where it's like, oh, but you've been friends with them for so many years and all this. And I'm just like, no, no, because the dark feminine energy doesn't settle for things. When she knows that that person needs to leave her reality.
Morning from sunny Bali. The birds are singing. The sun is smiling. It is a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Don't let it get away. Touch me. Take me to that other place. You always have to listen to my terrible singing. But I know that I'm not a disgrace. What you don't have, you don't need it now. Okay, you've heard my terrible singing. I'm very, very, very excited because the 11th of June is my birthday, and guess what? I have channeled my first book. It is called You Are Wealth, and this is so exciting. I'm going to have a book launch party, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Bali time. So check what that time is for you. Replays will be available. It is going to be so fun. We're going to do some psychic readings. We're going to do some activations into your new wealth timeline. I am even going to do a life force energy wealth consciousness activation. So that's going to be at the end. So you don't have to stay for that if you don't feel the call, but it is very, 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 very potent inner work. So if you do feel the call, come and have a ball, because there is room for all. What was I going to say? It's going to be so much fun. So usually I charge a lot more for this because I'm celebrating, because it's my birthday. It's only, well, actually, I don't want to say the price right now. Check it out there, because the price will go up. It is early bird, but it is very, very, very affordable. It's very, very affordable. So everybody can come and join. I want to thank you for being here with me, for being with me over the last few years in this group, on my YouTube, on my podcast, wherever you are watching this journey unfold for me. It has been such a crazy journey into my life's medicine, into my soul's truth, into constantly up-leveling and changing the restructure of my business to follow the call of God, Angel, Source, Universe, Divine. So I just love you. As you know, I love to rhyme. I love to have a good time, and really just allow you to remember that life is for fun. You don't have to be so serious. You've already won. It's a crazy, 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 crazy world. But you're here because you chose all of it. You chose all of it. You chose the light, you chose the dark, you chose all of it. And together we get to navigate that, and we get to have fun, and we get to play, we get to dance. So these are the wealth codes that your soul has already known, that has been inside of you for all along. So when you're ready to activate those codes, you're ready to literally just get paid to exist, to get paid when you're lying on the couch, get paid when you're lying in the sun, get paid when you're in the sauna, when you're in the ice bath, when you're at the gym. If you feel the call, come and have a ball. The link is below. You already know. And I'm going to go live out my crazy, crazy, crazy day. I love you all so much. Big love, wealthy old souls. And I will chat to you very, very soon. If you have any questions, pop them below. But it is just such an honor to share this with each and every one of you, to celebrate with you, and just keep staying true. Stay true to you. And yeah, I don't have any of the crazy songs in my head, so I will leave it there. Big love, wealthy old souls. Mwah.
When she knows that somebody needs to leave her reality, they're out. They go. They don't get to come back into the reality. That's just not how it works. They don't get that lucky. It's just it. It's like out, off with their heads. There's no groveling. There's no like, A really cool way to anchor in this frequency is to really be, we call it like with or without you energy. It really is this energy. And I spoke about this in another video that I did earlier, where and I think it was around having more fun, but it's really around the energy of, and the channel's going back after the phone call hit me. It's really in the energy of, I don't care if you want to be around me or not. I don't care if we're meant to be friends or not. If you start to feel a little bit funny around a friendship, like what it's showing me is that your nervous system's not regulated and doesn't feel safe in that relationship. Usually it correlates to a childhood wound or something along those lines. But what you need to always be, the dark feminine energy is really, really good at holding this frequency of, I don't need you. I'm good with or without you. I don't need to have you in my life. It's not about being a bitch. It's just about knowing that you're powerful with or without that person. You have always got your back no matter what. You are so insanely regulated. You're so insanely powerful, and you're not groveling. You're not overgiving. You're in this like queen energy. And when I naturally embody it now, but it took me so many years because I was this wounded empath. I was the person that would let people stay in her home for like weeks on end, and they'd literally buy me a meal and be like, oh, cool. Like, the slate equal? I'm like, not really. No, not really. But because my childhood was so crazy and I didn't actually have parents raising me, I left home at 15. What really happened was I was like, oh my gosh, like people like me. And so I'd overgive because I didn't know like the right rules of relationship. Whereas now I'm just like, I don't care. Like if you get to have access to me in your life, you are so fucking lucky. You're so lucky. Clients pay tens of thousands of dollars to have me work with them because that's how fucking good I am at my craft. That is how incredible I am at doing what I'm doing. I see people shape shift their faces after like 48 hours with me. Like I am brilliant at my craft. So why would I have an energy leak from my work, my embodiment, how good I am at my craft, and then translating into my personal life where people are not seeing the value that I bring to the table when my clients can see it. So the cool thing about the dark feminine energy is that when you're working with this dark feminine energy and you start to straddle how powerful she can be, because it really is like you channeling this deep power within you, and she is so unapologetic. Like it's really like a client comes late to a session, cool. They're not allowed to get access. Like they're not allowed to be late. Like you offer someone a price to come into one of your programs and they get back to you 2 weeks later, and the old wounded version of you would be like, oh cool, here's the price. And then the new version of you is like, no, you missed out on the offer, you don't get in. Like it's having this deep level of embodiment where you're just like, no, like I say what I say, I stay in integrity with myself, I am powerful, I am potent, like every single thing that I am doing is in alignment. I am not available for people that are not meeting that standard. And so she really is about embodying these higher standards, this higher level of integrity, this knowing who you are and really stepping into that energy. So honestly, the biggest thing that helped me upgrade into this energy was obviously working with the Kundalini Prana Life Force energy that I work with in the Elite Energy Hub, because naturally when you're vibrating with that frequency, with that energy, you're just like, fuck off. Like you know what you've been through to hold this higher level frequency, because when we first start to hold this high level frequency, all these like lower level vibrations, like they have to leave your field. And so as they're leaving your field, you're like saying no, 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 because your no is just as sacred as your yes. You're like, no more, no more, no more, no more. Want more and more. People just want more and more. No, we do not. We do not want more of what is not for our highest possible timeline, because we are powerful women that get to claim what we desire. And this does not mean that we are stepping into wounded masculine energy. This is like deep feminine embodiment and power. And I really love, like, especially if you're a wounded empath or you've come from that background, it is like you want to have this soft, gentle side of you. Because if you just have dark feminine energy and you don't have this like youthful, playful side, you just turn into like the Wicked Witch of the West. Like you need the balance. Excuse me. You need the yin and the yang. You need the light and the dark. You need the flow that helps the rivers move down the mountains. But it is making sure that you play, but then no one takes advantage of you. No one takes your energy for granted. People know how powerful you are because you don't let them forget it. This energy really says, like, I'm powerful. I know how valuable I am. I'm protecting the jewels. I'm protecting my sacred energy. I'm protecting the incredible woman that I am on this planet. And you're not, and this is like, and the cool thing about this energy is like, I'll see this and I like how you do one thing is how you do everything. So yes, I help women build their multi-million dollar empires through effortless flow, but how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're a woman, you're in business and you're trying to attract men, and you are one of those women that's like, oh my God, why is he not getting back to me? Why do I have to message him? It's like, gross. You are the prize. You are the chosen one. You are the most incredible person in your reality. You don't chase, you don't hustle. You're just like, wow, like I'm incredible. I'm a gift. This is how much it costs to work with me, of course. And people might go at your prices and you're just like, well, I'm valuable. Like it's just frequency. But it's really about you stepping into being the woman that you've never been shown, because there's not many women that can embody this so beautifully, so elegantly, so healthily, that I don't even know if that's a word. Healthily, is it a word? So well that it feels just effortless to be in their presence, and you make people feel safe in your presence. People that are not healed won't feel safe because they'll feel like you're rejecting them, but people that are healed, that have done the work, high level leaders, elite souls, are going to feel safe in your presence because you have standards, because you have boundaries, because you're not available for anything less than what you are calling in. And that is really what this feminine, dark feminine energy is about. It's about you holding your own, you not letting people walk over you, you not being available for the scraps anymore. This is like you really stepping in to a whole new world, a whole new arena. I love really looking at the Maleficent energy. That's like my favorite. I could tickle on my neck. The Maleficent energy is really, really, really beautiful, because when you, I think it was the movie Angelina Jolie was in, and everyone's born naive, right? And it's a little bit like the um Little Red Riding Hood. Everybody is born naive, and you have to go through these earth school lessons to chisel and harness this dark feminine energy. Because if you are thinking that you're in the dark feminine energy and you haven't really crafted this, usually what happens is that you are more in the wounded masculine energy, because you don't want, like, you're the survivor, been through such a toxic childhood that it's like, I'm going to go and rescue myself. And it's actually wounded masculine energy instead of the embodied dark feminine energy. So be mindful of that. We do a lot of this work in the Elite Energy Hub. I hope you guys got so much out of this. I love you. I see you. Let me know your biggest takeaway. Hip, 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 hooray, because today is the day that you win. You've always won. And just have some fun. You've always won. Just have some fun. The dark feminine work is done. She is already within you. Write out your boundaries, what you're available for, what you're not available for. And this is how you're going to claim your queendom and step into a life beyond your wildest dreams, where everything is so much more miraculous than what it seems. Big love, wealthy old soul. Mwah.